Alright, this is John Colo with OKRod.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. I got my friend here, Robert Cheeke. We're at an event together and I'm taking some opportunity to interview this dude. I've known him for a long time. He's been into a plant-based diet for 20 years now. And he's a wealth of knowledge. He's typecast as the vegan bodybuilder dude, and he's quite buffed, but he's a lot more than that. In any case, what we're going to talk to you guys about today is how do you know you're really eating healthy, right? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I hear so many people I meet, they're like, oh yeah, I eat healthy. Then they tune me out because, I'm trying to talk to them about eating healthier, and I think I eat healthy, and I probably eat healthier than most people, but I know even I can improve, and that's the whole thing, right? And I know you guys out there watching this video today can improve, and hopefully in this video, we're gonna share some tips with you guys that you can start improving and know if you truly eat healthy. So Robert, why don't you tell us how will somebody out there in YouTube land know if they're truly eating healthy or not? Because everybody thinks they eat healthy.
Right, everybody thinks they eat healthy, just like everyone thinks they walk their dog every day, not when they're tired, not when they're late for work, not when they don't feel like it. Everyone thinks they call home all the time. Yeah, since when was every 3 months all the time? I mean, here's the bottom line. We want to remember the things that make us feel good. If we have a bad meal, we don't want to remember that. If we miss a workout, we don't want to remember that. If we're mean to somebody or maybe give someone a negative comment rather than a compliment or something, we don't want to remember that stuff. We remember the great meals that we had. Like we post on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter like, wow, I had this awesome salad today, check this out, all this local organic ingredients. Oh cool, what'd you have yesterday? Hey, I'd rather not talk about it. What about the day before? Hey, ease up off my back, come on. We have to be transparently honest, because I can tell you, yeah, I'm vegan, I eat greens all the time. There are a lot of people who follow a plant-based diet, vegan lifestyle, who may only eat greens a couple times a week. And these are the healthiest foods available. Greens and fruits, the healthiest foods. We claim to eat all the time, but unless we're really transparently honest, we document it, at least we have some sort of record of it, it may not be the case. And here's why. We may say, you know what, I had this awesome salad today, great salad, 100 calories per pound, but what if it's covered in oil? All of a sudden, this dressing that we put on it, makes this whole food, now more fat than anything else. Now maybe this 300 calorie big leafy green salad is now 1,000 calories, 70% of that is now fat. What happened to our healthy salad? It's maybe not as healthy as we think. So even the foods, when we pat ourselves on the back and say, hey, I ate salad today and ate all this stuff, wasn't really as healthy as it could have been. So I think this awareness is the key.
Cool, and so how can somebody track their awareness, isn't it about what they focus on is what you become is one of the sayings I've heard, and how can somebody find out what they really focus on and where their time goes?
Yeah, well, we have 1,440 minutes in a day. Most people probably aren't even aware of that number. Where is that time being spent? I mean, I've even gone on in my lectures all around the country to say that I've gone on record to say it's not fair. The expression, I don't have time, is actually not fair. It doesn't matter if you have 4 kids, or 3 jobs, or no kids, or no jobs. The one thing we can't change, one universal truth every single person shares, is that we all have 1,440 minutes each day to live our lives. We make choices. Some of those have consequences. Some have good repercussions, some have bad repercussions, some have good outcomes, bad outcomes. These are the results of choices that we make. But the bottom line is, we have the ability to make a choice, which is an amazing thing. What an amazing thing to be able to dictate our own time. Aside from the amount of time that we have to sleep, we all need to get sleep of some sort. Whatever quantity that is based on the individual and their lifestyle, we decide what to eat, how much time to spend preparing food, what to do, how far to commute. In a first world society, we have so much control over that. And I gave a talk yesterday and someone said, well, I would eat healthier if I could just have all that food prepared ahead of time. Well, then do it. I cut up mangoes and have them stored, and so I can eat them anytime, right, if I want to. Or cut up watermelon and have it last for a couple of days. That can be true for any fruit, any vegetable, legume, whatever. I eat a mixture of raw food and cooked food. I eat plant-based whole foods, essentially exclusively whole foods. So I make mass quantities of lentils, beans, brown rice, things like that will last me for a long time. Therefore, I'm never too hungry that I have to go make a poor food decision. I'm always nourished. I can eat every few hours. So I always have energy to go work out. I'm not going to be too tired from going too long without food or making poor choices of refined or processed food that leaves me lethargic and too tired to go exercise. And so I think use of time is really overlooked. I mean, are we watching a lot of TV? Are we checking our Facebook, email, and notifications constantly? Or are we spending quality time outdoors in fresh air with fresh, organic, real food, with quality relationships? You know, are we watching everybody else live their lives on TV, or are we living our own lives with our own families? Why watch a sitcom of people we don't know while neglecting the people that we do know, love, and care about? Same with sports. I love watching sports as much as the next person. I'm a big fan of certain sports, basketball, college baseball lately. My hometown team was really good. But would I find more fulfillment playing that sport myself? The excitement that's in the moment? Probably. And I'd be healthier overall. I'd be burning more calories, I'd be energetic, getting stronger, more fit. So I think the use of time is really important in the role of healthy living, for food, for fitness, for exercise, and it reveals who we really are. You know, what real priorities we have are revealed through our actions.
Wow, I mean, I definitely agree. Same thing, like one of the things I like to recommend for people who are trying to make dietary changes is do like a food journal. And I think also another good idea would be something like a time journal where you kind of document, like, where is your time going? You know, a lot of my time goes to, working, and then I'm out gardening is like the majority block of my time. Then I gotta take some time to source my food. Because if I don't have good food, I'm not gonna eat it. I've been doing this a long time, and I know that I need to have good food around, whether it's in my garden, that all the stuff I'm growing, or things that I'm not growing, like mostly the fruits that I gotta go out and source and have them on hand so that they're available. So Robert, how would somebody maybe do like a time diary or some kind of system to know where their time's going, to find out what is important to you? I mean, whether it's your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend is important to you, yeah, then you want to make sure you're spending time with them. And if you say they're important, but you're spending like an hour a week with them, no, they're not important. Something else is, Netflix or Facebook or whatever. So
here's a great, really revealing aspect to determine this. It's one thing to just look at a list. Okay, I spent this amount of time writing, but this amount of time preparing food, this amount of time. If you jot that down, that's a little bit telling. It gives us something to work with. When you map this on to like a pie graph, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you look at it and where it has a chunk of time here, a chunk of time here, a little sliver here, and you're like, oh wow. I mean, how revealing is that when we look at our own personal finances or something? Most major banks do that. You spent this much on shopping, this much on, whatever, hotels, travel, fuel. It's just a wake-up call. When you can look at it mapped onto some sort of pie graph that says, wow, family time was this amount, food preparation was this, work was this, commuting was this, downtime was this, special interest was this. That just tells us what we're doing with our time. So if you can document that first, I always say, log your nutrition journal, lifestyle journal, fitness exercises for actually 2 weeks. And the reason I say that is because any one of us, if we know somebody's watching, if we know we have to reveal this on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter for a test, for school, if it's part of a nutrition program, your teacher wants to see what you're eating, any one of us can kind of fake a week. We all do that. We can all go out and exercise a little more, eat a little bit healthier, say no to this, but that's not really our true selves. I think a good half month, 2 week period really reveals who we really are. And that can help us determine, wow, I had no idea. I was spending that much time doing this. And wow, what I really love, like right in here, we got to check in here. What I really love, I'm not doing because work gets in the way or this. Well, maybe it's time to reevaluate that stuff. Maybe it's time to change where the majority of our time goes to make it so we're happy all the time, or as happy as we can be.
Wow, I mean, yeah, you are what you focus on, whether it's what you're eating, where your time goes. So Robert, if somebody got into this video because they wanted to know if they eat healthy, let's recommend, or have you recommend some healthy foods that you think everybody should include in their diet on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've said many times, not all foods are created equally. We know that leafy green vegetables, organic fruits, and other vegetables are the healthiest things we can possibly eat. You hear this term thrown around all the time, superfoods. What is that? Is that some special thing, tincture or bottled thing you buy off the internet? Well, some people may perceive it as that, but superfoods to me are simply foods within their nutritional category. Let's say fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, whatever the case is, that stand out. The ones that are the leaders in that category. And for me, it's a lot of berries when it comes to fruit, things like mangoes, and other fruits that are just totally accessible, all the time. I like to eat a lot of bananas. I like citrus fruits. I like really seasonal stuff like raspberries, cherries, blueberries, blackberries. I mean, these are just, they're so potent, full of antioxidants, full of nutrition. I like yams a lot, especially as a weightlifter. I like yams and potatoes, leafy green vegetables. Kale is so popular now, it's obnoxious. I've seen kale flavored soda now. It's true thing. Hanson's soda, kale flavor, saw it at Sprouts Farmers Market. Kale is so popular, it's obnoxious, but don't overlook others, other collard greens, bok choy, whatever you like. So these actually, to me, are real superfoods. Omega-3 rich foods, walnuts, chia, flax. These are things that anybody can eat any day. You don't have to go to a specialty market unless you want to. You can grow a lot of your own stuff. I was lucky I grew up on a farm with walnuts, hazelnuts, cherries, pears, plums, apples, you name it, garden, a full-on huge garden. It was fantastic, and I think you have to find the foods that really stand out and include those into your diet as often as possible, and the more you do that, the less room there is for the lesser quality foods.
I mean, I totally agree with that. It's take one step at a time. By the inch, it's a cinch, and if you're not starting to eat a healthy diet yet, include more fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, however you can, whether you want to juice them, blend them, eat them whole, eat salads without the oil on there. I like to make a nut-based dressing with like a handful of nuts and some orange juice, for example, blended up. It's super delicious and still gonna be quite healthy for you. So we shared with you guys, how to know if you're eating healthy by basically finding out what you're doing with your time. We shared with you guys some foods to eat if you want to be healthier, such as the plant-based foods, fresh fruits and vegetables should be focused on, in my opinion. And the final thing I want to say is basically, let you guys know how to contact Robert here so you can learn more about his other work. He does so many things. He's an awesome speaker, awesome presenter. He has so many things that I'm confident that you guys could learn from after doing this for 20 years. And not only just doing it, but also experimenting, finding out what works, finding out what doesn't work, and even changing his resolve, changing his opinion on things as he learns new information. I think this is quite important, very important, not to get stuck in a dogma. This is the way we do it, this is the way we always do it, because as new information emerges, things may change. When science comes out with new information, then people start believing other things. It's quite sad that even in science today, there's so many things that are still believed and taught that are not even accurate. So anyways, in any case, Robert, how can somebody learn more about you and your work and get a hold of you?
Yeah, thanks, John. And that is true. I've been following a plant-based diet, vegan lifestyle for 2 decades now, and it's evolved a lot. I mean, the way that I've eaten has changed dramatically, where now my focus is on whole foods exclusively. I mean, that's where the original sources of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids come from. I mean, this is the best type of food. Why not fuel ourselves with the best food for our energy, best food for recovery material after exercise, the best tasting food, the healthiest food, safest food. And so it's always evolving. And veganbodybuilding.com is my website. I've been running for 13 years. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. Just look for Robert Cheeke. And I've got a new book coming out soon. I've got a current book out there, and I'm always trying to just share a message that encourages people to follow your passion and make it happen. Whatever it is that moves you, whatever it is that drives you, put your time into that. We have that precious 1,440 minutes a day. You don't want to be asking down the road what might have been. So follow your passion today, and you don't have to wait. Like you said, you don't have to wait till the new year. You can start right now.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, learning more about if you're truly eating healthy. Now you can do it. And be sure to check Robert out, check him out on Facebook, and thumbs up this video if you liked it. I want to try to get Robert posting regular videos on YouTube because he's so good at it, and he is a wealth of knowledge. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. Alright, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com to have another exciting episode for you. On this episode today, we got my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hi.
So, why we're having this episode today is because I've been into raw foods for the last 19 years, and ever since I got